Alright, so hey guys, this is Jared with Razel's Revenge Gaming, coming at you again with another video today. Probably the only one I'm going to do, just because of time constraints and all that good stuff, and just to be like, hey, I'm still alive. So, also, with the whole hey, I'm still alive thing, if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you can keep tabs on me and just make sure I am alive. Anyways, I digress. I guess let's start out with some news, I suppose. We have some delays in the shoot now. Sorry, I'm scratching. There's dust and stuff, and it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Delays. All right. So, we have the horrible news of Cyberpunk being delayed until September 17th of this year, which is fine. I mean, I'd rather them delay the game than shovel it out and it be a steaming pile of garbage. So there's always that. Um, that old saying where a rushed game is crap and a delayed game is usually good, or whatever that thing is. Most definitely will apply to Cyberpunk. CD Projekt Red is a badass studio, so if they're going to delay something, it's probably for a really good reason. Next delay would be the Marvel Avengers. It's getting delayed until September 4th of this year. Um, Meh, I guess on that one, I don't really care too much about that game, but if you did, sorry, it's delayed. And then the other one would be we have, oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII. That would fall under the umbrella of Cyberpunk as far as it being delayed. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, and I'd much rather them put out a solid project than just shovel some shit out there to get some cash and then, try to patch the crap out of it later. So that's probably a good thing that's being delayed. Last but not least would be the Iron Man game for the VR. It has been delayed until May 15th. So again, that's not really up my alley. Um, VR seems cool and all that good stuff, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm too poor to invest in a decent VR set and a PC and all that, so we'll figure it out. Anywho, moving on to the next realm of stuff, there are some rumors that may or may not be interesting. Um, Nintendo is possibly bringing back Paper Mario. That's kind of cool to see that on the Switch. We haven't seen a Paper Mario since what was it? It was on the Wii U. Splash. Yeah, Super Mario. I mean, Paper Mario Splash or whatever the hell it was. So it's been a minute since we've seen one, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see they're supposedly going to bring that franchise back. Fingers crossed, because that was always a pretty interesting little thing to do. Then we have Metroid. We all know there's going to be a Metroid 4, so that's no real surprise, but there seems to be a sequel, maybe, in the works for Metroid Fusion. It'll be a 2D thing on the Switch, so that might actually be pretty cool too, especially if they shove out Metroid 4 and this as well. That's pretty cool. Props to Nintendo if they do that. I kind of glad to see them actually putting out IPs instead of just getting reboots of crap shoveled over onto the Switch, which I will address later in the video because that's kind of pissing me off. Well, not really pissing me off, it's just kind of, I don't know, making me a little sad, maybe. Anyways. Sorry. Dust. Last on the rumor thing would be supposedly a GTA 6 this year. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. There was supposed to be one last year. They did take off GTA 4 from Steam because of the Windows Live service or whatever that was. So that's no longer a thing, which might give an inclination to a GTA 6 this year. I doubt it though. With GTA 5 still running strong on the online, you've got Red Dead Redemption running strong with both just selling the game and the online. 2021 probably, with the launch of the new systems, is what I would expect. We will see a new GTA game, unless they pull some bullshit like they did with GTA 5, where they launch it near the end of the life cycles of 360 and PS3, and then tell everyone that it's not going to be on the Xbox One and PS4. Fast forward what, like a couple of months, and lo and behold, they put it on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Who knew? Uh, so that's kind of all the rumors I found that were interesting enough, and I guess we can just move on from that one. We have the, which I think is kind of cool, honestly. We have RuneScape. It hit 1.1 million paid subs in 2019 with 8 million installs on the old school mobile game that they have, which is pretty cool. The mobile game itself is in like an early access right now, and it won't be actually ready for a full launch until, well, I mean, it is 2020, so sometime this year it'll be ready for a full launch. Thought that was kind of interesting to just kind of put in there. So, RuneScape was always pretty cool. Next would be Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Seems to have launched to like mixed feelings about the game, I suppose. You got a lot of people knocking it just for, I guess its boringness. I mean, you can't really keep telling the same damn story over and over and over and over again since forever and expect people to be like, yay! I mean, I hear the fights are pretty decent, I guess, for a 3D fighter, so that's a thing, but that's not. I always hated that when they came out with the Tenkaichi series. They lost me. I really enjoyed the Budokai series like immensely, but once they went to that 3D crap, they lost me. But it is what it is. DBZ fans will enjoy it. Most of them are kind of like, it's okay. I've only seen a few where like, oh shit, this game is amazing. Um, a lot of it's middle of the road. I mean, like I said, man, you can only revamp that story so many times and try to like put in different little gameplay things to reinvent the wheel to where it makes it actually worth owning. Maybe if it goes on sale for 20 or 30 bucks, it might be worth getting, but I'd probably pass it up just right now for full price, but that's just me. Um, oh yeah, and the Google Stadia is supposed to get like 120 games sometime this year, but it's Stadia, and who the fuck cares? Um, that thing is pretty much DOA and needs to stay that way. Uh, so yeah, moving on from that. Sony is skipping E3, which shouldn't surprise anyone, and Microsoft is going to be there at E3 again, and that shouldn't surprise anyone either. Um, Sony seems to have gotten this, I don't know, uppity ego about themselves because, they won this console generation, which is fine, I guess, but you can only bottle your own farts and keep smelling them for so long before it backfires on you, and it's not like I expect a spectacular backfire, but something's gonna happen. Just give it time. You've got Microsoft wanting to be as inclusive as possible as far as the gaming experience goes, and then you've got Sony, which seems to be kind of like building walls around itself with just its exclusives, and you know, you can only play this here on this system. That's it. If you don't have this system, fuck you. You're done. Bye. It's like, well, okay. Um, I guess that's cool. I usually end up with both, so it's not really going to bother me that much. Um, so, but for the people that will lean more towards one than the other, it's kind of like getting shafted, especially if, Sony keeps that ego they got going on with all that, and I know I'm gonna get some hate from a whole bunch of fucking Sony fanboys for saying that, but I mean, like, I mean it in the best way possible. Like I said, I usually end up, well, not usually, I do. I end up with both systems and I like them both, but I'm more of a Microsoft person. But I'm not a Microsoft fanboy. You're not going to see me like go out of my way to slam Sony or anything like that. So, it is what it is, man. I just call it how I see it. So, I guess we'll see what Sony has up their sleeve for that. E3 is kind of, it's still relevant, but I believe it's going to be edging itself out here next couple of years when most of our, the big three are kind of, well, especially Nintendo and Sony just end up doing their own damn thing, and Microsoft is doing that too. So we'll see. I give E3 maybe another 3 years to be around and be relevant before it fizzles out and all the big three just do their own huge individual thing, which that would actually be kind of cool and a lot better because then you have more time devoted to what you actually want to see. So, it would probably be a win for us consumers and stuff like that. So, something to kind of keep in the back of your noggin. Um, oh, we have PUBG is getting a new map. It's going to be called Karakin or Karakin. I don't really know how the hell they're going to pronounce it because they said just like the sea monster, and the sea monster is a kraken. So I got nothing on that. But anywho, it's going to introduce some new weapons and new dangers. You're going to have the sticky bomb, which is going to be that map only exclusive weapon, which you'll be able to use the sticky bomb by placing it on specific walls and floors and all that good stuff to blow out breach points where you can just get into the buildings and wreak and bleh, wreak havoc. I can't talk. Sorry, everybody. Um, you're gonna have this thing where it's they call it the black zone. It's also this map only specific where it'll be leveling towns and buildings and all that stuff randomly. So that's kind of cool actually, because just because if you see the building doesn't mean it's gonna be there when you get there. It's meant to force players out of buildings and to stop camping and all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. I gotta give them that. Um, and again, it's completely random. So wherever on the map it decides to go is what's going to be leveled. So if you're inside the circle and you hear the siren, you need to GTFO because shit's about to go down. So I thought that was kind of cool to mention. PUBG's kind of not my thing at all, but for some of you it is. So there you go. There's some information. Let's see. Um, Ubisoft. That's right. Yeah, Ubisoft is going to be restructuring their editorial team after the really, really weak numbers Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint did for them. I think that was kind of a kick in the teeth and made them realize what they're doing just isn't working anymore. So they're going to expand and reorganize their editorial team over in, I believe it's Paris. It's like only 100 people right now, and that sounds like a lot. Sorry, it sounds like a lot, but I think there was only like, out of those 100, there was like 4 at the most that were actually involved in all of their games. So you had like the same 4 people, it might have just been 2, but like 4 at the most, helping to develop these games and putting in their own little opinions and, oh, this should be that way and we should just, this works so well and we'll say like Assassin's Creed, let's see if we can't somehow move it over to Ghost Recon and just kind of like put little sprinkles on it and make it look like it's supposed to be a mechanic or whatever. That's why you started seeing the Ubisoft games kind of be cookie cutter and almost the same, but just different enough to be like, okay, yeah, I'll give you a pass. So now instead of being like 2 or 3 or 4, there's going to be 7 VPs, and those 7 VPs are going to be in charge of one property, which is cool because supposedly how it's supposed to go is that one VP is going to have full reign of that particular project that they're doing, so they can make just decisions. Like, if they want to do something, they don't have to get the actual permission of, like, the CEO or anything like that. They can just do it, which is cool. That's a definite double edged sword, though, because I hate to say it, but given the current climate, there's a good chance for get woke, go broke. So, yeah, look forward to that, I suppose. Um, it's also it's an attempt to, like I said, make their games not so cookie cutter, um, to help kind of bring a different flavor and variety, all those other little wonderful adjectives for the same damn word I'm using, into their franchises. So that way, at least their games can try to like stand out on their own versus it's an Ubisoft game. I kind of know how this is going to operate, so fuck it, let me just play. Wait, that's kind of cool, but we'll have to see how it goes. I have mixed feelings on that one. More positive than negative, but still, like I said, that given those 7 people full reign and given the current climate of stuff, big old chances for get woke, go broke. Just how it is sometimes. Now, last but not least, and I know I'm kind of fumbling through this and making stuff quick. I apologize. I do everything in one take because I don't know how to edit shit, and I'm just a dude. The Switch ports. Dear God, make it stop. I know a lot of you are like, "Yay, I get to play Doom on my Switch." It's like, dude, that's great. I understand. It's mobile. You can take it in the bathroom while you're taking a dump, kill some demons, play The Witcher, whatever you want to do, or maybe during a commute on a bus. I don't know. I'm not a mobile dude, so I don't really understand the whole like, yay, I get to play a game that I've already played, I don't know, what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, but now I get to play it mobile. It's like, okay, that's cool. Um, why? It just seems like with them porting over games to the Switch, it's Nintendo avoiding the shovelware we saw with the Wii and the Wii U, which is great, but at the same time, it seems like a lazy way to enhance their library. Um, dude, like, they're porting over or have ported over the Doom, Witcher, Bioshock is in the mix, Metro is in the mix now. God knows what else they might have in their up their sleeves. Like, if you haven't played these games on your PS4 or your Xbox One, or even like, I don't know, PC, if they're on PC, I can't remember. But anyways, moving on. The hell is going to make you want to play them on the Switch? I don't get it. I mean, is it a way to give Nintendo loyalists a chance to actually, or to finally play these games? Like I said, is it a false way to like bolster their library? I don't really get it. Um, it just seems like a way to make me, well, not me, but some people just spend money on a game they already have. Jesus, already have and have played and finished, but now you can do it mobile. This seems to really only maybe appeal to a really small percentage of people. Um, with the Switch, if it's your only console, I get being able to, we'll say play The Witcher on the tablet while someone actually watches Netflix or whatever on the TV. That's cool. Um, but I think it's more geared towards just the mobile aspect of life with being able to play it, at work, on your breaks, during the commute, whatever. But the vast majority of us don't live in, you know, cities that require a commute on a bus, or a lot of us don't have office jobs where, you get a break every hour, you get 15 minutes, of just kind of like, so you decide to pull out your Switch and play some Witcher. Um, so if you fall into that and you're cool with it, that's fine. Not knocking you for it. It might sound like I am, but really I'm not. You do you. By all means, if you enjoy something and it's right up your alley and you're excited about these ports, then you do you, boo boo. I mean, really, just go for it. I don't quite get it, but I'm just a dude that has an opinion like everyone else, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Whether you agree or not, that's cool. We can still be friends. Anyways, I think that's it. That's all I've got for right now. Just I realize that these videos are pretty terrible. I don't have the skills to edit stuff. I don't even. I mean, I'm nowhere near big enough to have a editor or anything like that, so this is probably going to be the quality of my videos until I get some money to get like a better webcam and a microphone and a PC and all that good stuff. So I mean, if you guys watch this and you subscribe to me, dear God, thank you. Um, it's a struggle, and starting out when the market for this kind of stuff is already overly saturated, and still getting people to subscribe to me and all that, it's great. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words for that. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys sub and share my stuff and all that. So with that being said, I'm going to get off this, but just as always, there's links in the description to my Twitter and Facebook, anywhere else you can find me. And feel free to subscribe and interact, talk. I'm actually a really nice dude once you start talking to me, so I don't mind it. It's cool. How else am I gonna, build the community I'm looking to build if I am a complete and total asshole, which I'm not. So, but yeah, hope you guys all had a good Sunday. Sorry for this somewhat neurotic sounding video, but I'm still doing the out of work town stuff and trying to put my ducks into I don't even want to say a row, but just get my ducks in the same damn room would be good enough. So you guys have a good one. I will probably talk to you again next weekend. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them in the comments in the video, or you reach out to me via, Twitter's DMs or Facebook, anything like that. You can visit the website, email me, just whatever. Interaction is great. Have a good one, everyone, and be safe this week and enjoy yourselves.